Hello everyone, I'm Ethan Fender, aka the Slime Dartist, and welcome to MTAO, My Thoughts and Opinions. In today's episode, the official second episode, I promise I won't do that with future episodes, like, the official 126 episode, I promise I won't do that. But you know, right now is the second episode, and we will be talking about, I, by myself, we'll be talking about the Doom franchise. And to be more specific, when I say Doom, I'm referring to the work of ID Software, but I'm also going to be talking about other stuff that's related to it, like the movies. I'm sorry if you've ever seen those movies. The movies and like a whole bunch of other stuff, and related to Bethesda and all that. But I guess I'll begin by saying how I personally, connect to Doom. And to be honest, I actually am not a Doom fan. I never actually really grew up with Doom, and I can't even tell you why the hell I got it in 2016 or 2017. But for whatever reason, I had gotten Doom 2016. I can't even remember why I did that. I feel like it might be related to Markiplier. I don't actually know, but I don't think so. I have no idea why I had actually got into. But I played Doom 2016 and I loved it. I had such a good time with that game, and I've probably beat that game only a few times since then. It seems like every time I do try to start a new game, I can't really get to the end and finish it. It's just probably because I played it like twice. And that's not my reason when I try to play games. And why I can't, play it again. It's not because I'm I played it once, I already know what's going to happen. It's mostly because due to whatever inconvenience that happens along the way. But usually Doom is one I just can't finish, but I most certainly get far and all that. But, so not a Doom fan, because I've actually only ever played and liked one single content of it, which is Doom 2016. I love that game, and I will talk about Doom Eternal a little later. But I never played that, so I'll explain it. When I get there, I'll talk about it. But yeah, Doom doesn't actually really mean a lot to me. It really doesn't. I just really liked Doom 2016. That was the closest thing that got me into this franchise, into Doom Guy or Doomslayer. Is there an actual difference between who's who? I would probably know if he was in Life is a Table or something, and I can learn from that. I'm like, okay, so I don't know why I said that. If Buck is listening to this, keep in mind the next episode is Life is a Table, and that's gonna be a nightmare not just trying to explain, but trying to figure it out. What the hell? Where do I begin? I ain't part of the crew, so I don't understand the production or its backstory as well. I know some information, but I don't know why I'm talking about Life is a Table. I'm sorry. That'll be the next episode. I'm smiling because I really like Life is a Table, and I don't know why. I'll talk about it when that episode comes around. But anyways, back to the Doom franchise. General thoughts though across the entire idea. I actually ain't a fast-paced type of player, because at one point I actually tried Wolfenstein, The New Order. I think that one, it could have been any of the games, but I'm pretty sure it was New Order. And it was so, I don't know, I personally liked Wolfenstein, just because of JT Music's, oh wait, was it JT that got me to Doom? Because JT Music's music is some of those songs I really love, that isn't even about something I actually care about. And I know sometimes they actually get to me with stuff, like Red Dead Redemption 2. That will get its own episode. Wait, why am I talking about this? I guess I'm talking about the let me just finish this thought, because this is a rant. I have to finish it or else it'll just never get done. I never really cared about Red Dead Redemption 2. I never did. Until, listening to that song probably for, a year straight. And then, my pal Matthew playing the game. And it was, on sale, too. It was probably, $20, and then online mode was, 15. I don't know. But I was like, you know what? screw it. What I've seen of it, and what I've heard of it, it's a really good game. And to be honest, once I started playing it, that was absolutely true. Red Dead Redemption 2, anyways, is fucking fantastic. Sorry for my Safukan language, but Safukan, or Safuko, technically, is the Zambian word for fuck, but Safukoing is like, fucking, but okay, I'm sorry. I'll reduce the curse words and the consent. Anyways, let's go back to the Doom thing. The point is, it's very possible JT Music got me into Doom. Their music is awesome, even Doom Eternal music. Even though, despite my opinions to Doom Eternal, which I will talk later. But Doom, it's like, I guess, like, the whole idea of fighting demons on it, I do actually like. There's some tropes of, I don't know, entertainment that I really like. And one of those is the whole idea of something versus a big force of demonic beings or whatever. I do really like that. But, and I like, it's an action game, and it was fun. I like Doom 2016, but normally I would not, because it's fast-paced, and like Wolfenstein, I don't know, there was something about Wolfenstein. I don't think it was just because of the fast-paced, but I think it was just because there was probably something else there. I'll try to think about it another day if I ever do a Wolfenstein episode, but the only issue with that is I don't have enough information or perspective on that game right now, which is why I won't talk a lot about Doom Eternal. But I'll talk about it when I get there. It's like the fourth time I mentioned that. But personally, and then like the gameplay for Doom 20, and this is mostly talking about Doom 2016 at this point. The gameplay, I really loved Doom 2016. I thought it was fun. It was really kind of the first time I actually got into Doom, because I had played like an old emulator of the original. Now I can play the original like on 4 different consoles where I have, but I don't really actually care to. Maybe I will for like a live stream. I have actually been thinking about it. I got a new PC and I got it set up, so if you guys want to see a stream of the original Doom, I would try it. I would be up for it. I want to try to get into that more often anyway, so yeah. But, so Doom 2016 was the only actual, like, relation I had to Doom, and it really was, and it's, like, I like Doom 2016 specifically, but I'm gonna give my, like, honest opinion. Doom franchise as a whole, I can't actually really care about. Because I'm not in love with it. It's how many times have I said Doom 2016? It's just that game, Doom 2016, is, I love that game. It's just so good. And like, like I'm losing trail. I'm like losing things to talk about, at least about that game. But overall, I actually, I've said it like 5 times already. It's good. I like the game, but I can't really care for the rest of the series or what previously followed. But the story, which if you know who I am, I love like story, backstory, lore, whatever. But the story of the Doom games is, well, at least up to the point of whatever was in Doom Eternal. But I really like the story of Doom. It's, it's stuff that goes all the way back to when the game first released, which would have been, I'm blanking on that year, but that was before Mortal Kombat, right? Because I know Mortal Kombat's in 1992, and I assume that was before Mortal Kombat. I'm almost certain of it, but I might be entirely wrong. It could have came out a little later, but I think it came out a little later. But I like the story. I like Doom's story. Doom's the story. What the hell did I just say? Especially with like the quote unquote Slayer as he's going through. I'm a little blurred, if that's the right word. I don't actually know as much about the original story. I just know like in Doom 2 or something, there was something about his bunny, Daisy, or whatever. The demons had killed his like pet bunny or whatever. And then, like, that was his revenge. So, but there's probably more to it. I know that, like, how many games there were? They were actually uniquely different. Like, Doom 2016 is technically still just Doom. And it's kind of reboot, isn't it? It's not... I don't know. I don't know the story in that full regard to know if that's a continuation off the main timeline. Because there's some differences, right? Because wasn't Doom 3 such a huge thing? Like, people love that game, but it was also like a disappointment or something with the character you play as. Because it's not... It's just Submarine, and people like, oh, they don't consider it canon, or I don't know, it just sounds like people are just being little bitches, but I don't know, I've never actually played Doom, so I wouldn't know, or Doom 3, but I guess I haven't played most Dooms. Anyways, I wouldn't actually really know, but yeah, based off what I know about the story, I actually really do like. And then this is a part where I'll actually talk about Doom Eternal. Again, when I say I'm not a Doom fan, I'm not. And I could play Doom 2016 so much. I would rather play Doom 2016 multiple times than play Doom Eternal once. And it's not necessarily about the gameplay. Usually, I don't like a game because of its gameplay. But Doom Eternal could not be that much different from Doom 2016. It's a fast-paced game, action, combat, whether... It's not actually the gameplay that gets me. It was based off the information I've heard and seen about Doom Eternal's like story campaign. Like, one thing, there was like a massive plot hole. Like the game, I played very little of Doom Eternal when it was on Game Pass a long time ago. But it is on Game Pass, but it's only the arena game mode. But like, I played and like not like completely. It's like, why is there a plot hole? What happened after Doom 2016? What the shit? I personally don't like that. But, I mean, plot holes are fine and whatever. I actually don't... Like, if I were to watch a movie and then the second one takes place 20 years later, it's like, oh, well, that sucks, but okay, I'm okay with that. It's just like, I wanted an immediate continuation. So much shit happened from the last game to Doom Eternal. There was so much shit going on. Like, Earth got invaded, something about Samuel Hayden. And that wasn't the big deal. It's like, okay, a plot hole and a time jump? Who cares? I don't mind those. I mean, actually, I do mind those, but I don't actually have an immediate hatred for them. It's just like, oh, well, it happened. It's, again, JT music for Doom Eternal and for the DLC, the Ancient Gods DLC, those songs are awesome. That's the only thing remotely related to Doom Eternal I like. But there's a YouTuber called Maxar, and he does these hyper edit, if you want to call them video essays. I wouldn't really, reviews of games, but he does other stuff too, but he does a lot of those hyper edits. Usually I don't like those type of videos, but like, Maxar's videos I actually really do like. He has like a Bloodborne one, he has a Genshin Impact one, he has a Doom one, he has a few other ones, which I don't watch as much. The Bloodborne I really like, because actually I'm going to shut the hell up before I talk about another game. But in his Doom Eternal review, I know he's like, what he says isn't totally accurate to what's being told, but it has to have remotely some truth or some similarities to ways, because you know what he says isn't like actually what happened or what's going on, but it's adjacently the same thing. It's just like he's trying to be funny about it, because that's his whole shtick. It's a comedy. It's not actually a review. You should take it seriously. But still, based off what he was saying, Doom Eternal pissed me off. Like the whole spoilers if you've never played Doom Eternal or whatever. Actually, I won't get into the spoilers. I would just talk about a few stuff. Like, the whole Vega and, like, Samuel Hayden thing. If you play Doom Eternal, or at least you know the story of those characters and their backstories, what the fuck? It's like, in one concept, it's cool. Like, it really is cool. But not with my babies. That came out wrong. Not with my babies. I completely forgot to even... I overlooked what was probably most important about Doom 2016. Dr. Samuel Hayden. Dr. Samuel Hayden it's probably one of my favorite antagonists ever. And like, most people wouldn't call him antagonist in Doom 2016. But I mean, come on, he was. Especially at the end, he's like, oh, you're the tether trap. Samuel Hayden is so fucking awesome. And then like, Darren Paul, right? Isn't it? Yeah, he's the voice of Reinhardt in Overwatch, Babylon and Agents of Mayhem. Oh god, I'm blanking out other stuff he's done, but I love Darren Paul. He's awesome. I mean, not like the levels of Keith David. I love fucking Keith David. Keith David is like, oh my god, that's like the only person I actually want to meet, but not really, because like you're not supposed to meet your heroes. So, like, basically that's it. And I actually do believe that phrase because, you know, all that. Have you heard about all the stuff with like me and Markiplier at Comic-Con? It's like actually terrible. Like, he's actually a douche, which I don't doubt. I'm not gonna lie, I don't doubt Markiplier's a douchebag. I don't actually. I kind of believe that. But I mean, to be fair, if you're a celebrity for so long and you just have like obnoxious fans, then yeah, I guess. But he still needs to be nice about it. He just doesn't seem nice. I'm sorry. Oh no, if Matthew's listening to this. Sorry, I think Mark's a dick. But, anyways, of course I got distracted. It's just, Samuel Hayden. Samuel Hayden he isn't just one of my favorite antagonists in video games. He's also one of my favorite, like, I mean, technically he's not a robot, but you know, he's robotic, he's cybernetic. He's, like, one of my favorite, again, he's not a robot, but I don't know how else I would say it. He's like one of my favorite cybernetic characters of all time. Like, I would totally I plan to do that. I don't actually plan for each episode to be about a subject. I do want some to cover an idea, like top 10 favorite female characters. There's an idea that just popped in, but I would definitely consider that idea. But like that, if I do one for like each type of thing, like top 10 favorite, you know, robotic characters and video games, movies, and shows and all that, he's going to be on that list. Samuel Hayden is fucking awesome. And I know some, but like, and like the shit I've learned or seen in Doom Eternal, just like, fuck, like, for me personally, from my perspective, they fucked it up. Like, I don't doubt it's a bad game. I just think it's a bad story. I mean, no, I don't think it's a bad story. It's just, it is so severely different from what I experienced in Doom 2016 as a non-Doom fan. The parts I loved about Doom 2016 was just fucking... Again, it's not a bad idea, it's not a bad concept. For me personally, it's just... They twisted it. They fucking ruined what I liked about Doom 2016 that got me somewhat into Doom, but not really. I'm not actually a Doom fan. But I won't actually talk about the details. But like what Samuel Hayden is and what he becomes in the game and the DLC and all that, and like Vega, like the conscience of, well, you know who if you play the game. In like other regards, that would be cool, but not with Doom. I think that was something they severely just ruined. Like, it actually kind of ruined my Doom experience. And the thing that really takes back all this ranting on about talking shit about Doom Eternal is the fact that I've actually never played the game. And like, so me not actually experiencing Doom Eternal does not actually give me the right to talk shit about it. And that's fair. That's fair. I even think that I shouldn't be a bitch about Doom Eternal when I haven't experienced Doom Eternal for myself. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people talk shit about stuff. It's like, did you even see the movie? Like, did you even play the game? It's just, I mean, I know Maxar, again, can be jokingly saying stuff that actually doesn't happen. But they're still similar to what he tells. And, like, what he told about Doom Eternal. Well, at least what I interpreted from it. Just eat shit. I'm sorry, it was. Okay, I think I would stop talking. To be honest, one of these days, I'll probably try Doom Eternal. I know at one point I saw that on sale in DLC for like a really good price. I'm like, oh my god, that game with both parts of the Ancient Gods DLC? Hell yeah. If I wanted to fucking play that piece of shit. But, you know, one day I actually probably will, and I'll probably record it. But I wouldn't recommend people watching it if I did that, because I would probably be very negative about it, just based off what I've been whining about. And this really points this episode to actually be negative, but that's one specific subject about this Doom franchise. It really isn't that big a deal. Overall, Doom is fine. It's not like an important thing to me, but I do enjoy it. What I still have, but knowing what I know is kind of ruined it. So I'm gonna move away from Doom Eternal. Is that a motorcycle in the background? Do you hear a motorcycle? I don't think it is. I'm gonna move away from Doom Eternal and actually talk about other content of Doom, the Doom movies. And for me, I'm gonna be honest, again, since I'm not a Doom fan, I don't think the movies are actually that bad. I'm gonna be honest. Doom and Doom Annihilation aren't bad movies. They're just not. I love that pause. Like, they're not bad movies, but you know, it's like the original Doom movie that people shit on so much about. Actually, I don't even understand why people had issues with those movies. I actually don't. I haven't watched like anyone's perspective or review on that movie. I just know people just talk shit about it and how it's nothing like Doom or something. For me personally, I didn't mind it, and The Rock being in that movie was really fucking cool. And then there was a whole joke like that's where all the budget went to Dwayne Johnson, and like, and him being spoilers, but I'm assuming you would have seen the movie, whatever. And him being like the ended up being the antagonist was really cool. You don't often see some actors be the bad guy. I know you've seen Dwayne Johnson in there's a spy movie with the guy who played Mr. Bean. He was a spy. I'm blanking on the name of that movie. He's in the first one, and he was like a double agent, a double spy. He was the bad guy. Secondary antagonist, I think. Not like major, but secondary. And that was so cool. And he was also the bad guy in Doom. I really liked seeing him being the bad guy. And I don't know, it's something just about seeing him everywhere else as a positive do-gooder it's different. And like that's the same thing with a lot of other stuff. Like other actors who are usually good guys be bad guys, and they're really good at it. I like Dwayne Johnson as a bad guy. He looks like a bad guy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, some of the faces he makes, it's like, oh, Scorpion King. He was also the bad guy in Scorpion King. Well, in the movies, I think technically he was the main character, but like in the Mummy, because wasn't he like the CGI face of Scorpion King or whatever? Or Mummy 2, whatever the second one, because the Mummy was about the Mummy, but the second one was about the Scorpion King, I think. And then the Scorpion King went on to have like 4 or 5 movies. I haven't seen those Mummy movies in years, and I've never seen a single Scorpion King movie. But Brandon Fraser, so you know, I probably will have an episode talking about like actors I like or love, or oh man, there's so many if not thousands, there's probably gonna be a few hundred episodes in MTAO, and hopefully one of them, or some of them, or quite a bit of them, will have other people in it, where it's not just me. Hopefully. I really do hope. But yeah, it's like Doom Annihilation. I was actually really confused about what ID or software were doing at the time that just made them decision. Oh yeah, here's like limited rights to make another Doom movie. It was so out of nowhere. And Doom Annihilation I watched that when it first came out. I don't know what the specifics were. Maybe I got like rented it from Redbox or something. I watched it like with the family. But I don't remember anything from that movie. It was not memorable. I remember the original so much more than... There was like 2 probably iconic scenes in that edition. And not iconic, memorable stuff I remember. At the very beginning when they landed on... Again, since it's been so long since you watched the movie, I don't even know. Was it Mars? Was it Phobos? I don't know. And then at the end of where she was inside some hellscape or something, a whole bunch of imps, I assume more imps, were just like chasing after her or some shit. Some shata. Shata being the Sumerian word covered for shit. But like, yeah, Doom Annihilation, despite that being way more recent than Doom, the movie, not the game, the movie, Doom Annihilation actually sucks. By what I remember, which is nothing, it's not, it wasn't even memorable. It should be, but it isn't. I would definitely probably rewatch that at one point or another. If it's still on Netflix, I know I heard it was on Netflix, or seen it on there, but I wonder if it's even still on there. But I could probably watch it somewhere else too, obviously. But I would not rent or buy that. I'm not gonna do that just to check out a movie. Despite the fact that what I'll do in the episode where I talk about Neil Breen's movies. Oh, please tell me you know who Neil Breen is. Especially you, Buck, if you're listening. Please tell me you know who Neil Breen is. But I do want to talk about an episode about that. I've never actually fully seen one of his movies, but I've seen all the other videos on YouTube talking about his movies and all that. It's just so funny. I follow him on Twitter for Safuka's sake. It's just Neil Breen is awesome. He's awesome. I'm sorry. I'll talk about him another time. Once I actually see 1 or 2 of his movies. But yeah, overall, that's the Doom franchise. I don't know much more I can talk about. This episode's going on for half an hour. Welcome to Raccoon City probably was like about half an hour too. But there's not much I can talk about. I guess, do you have the need to play the games or watch the movie? I think you should at least try the games, like, or at least one of them. Like, try Doom Eternal if you want. I wouldn't care. It really isn't a, like, if I knew someone who plays Doom Eternal, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're a dick. Is there a Zambian word for dick? Daco or something. I don't know. If there isn't, there is now. I want to use the Zambian words way more often than my Mishim does. Like, are you so fucking kidding me? I think in the next actual official episode I'll talk about my own content or like own episode, if that makes sense for. Well, I was planning for some episodes to be promotions, anyways, to either some of my own other content or to other people. Like, hey, you want me to like promote this in this video when I talk about it? I don't know. Like Life is Table, I do mean to ask Buck if he's listening. I don't know if he's listening to this, but if you don't know Buck, well, Aiden Kiefer, but Buck specifically, he made Life is Table. And Kiefer, obviously, I'm not gonna leave out Kiefer. But like, I will make sure to ask him about. Obviously, I don't need to ask his permission to do it. I'm already gonna do it, and it's not even that big. He wouldn't even care. I don't think he would care. It sounds like in the comment section of the first episode, he was totally up for it. So, yeah, I can't wait to talk. And that's the next episode too. So prepare for that. I guess next week. I'm gonna do these like once a week now. I originally was gonna have them upload them on Tuesdays. But Welcome to Raccoon City did not happen that way. That was like Wednesday or Thursday. Some stuff got caught up. So yeah, but hopefully it'll be uploaded on Tuesday. May, is it May? Yeah, it's May 9th. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, games, you should definitely try at least one of them, specifically the modern ones like Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal. The movies, you don't have the need to watch those at all. You don't. So don't like hold that over unless you want to experience just like movies people often talk crap about that just entirely don't represent the movie well. And I can't actually wait to talk about some movies based on video games. I know I was talking about that in, like, Welcome to Raccoon City, but I do plan to have a Monster Hunter episode, and that'll mostly talk about my experience as a Monster Hunter player, if you want to call it that. I will also talk about the movie a little bit there. I don't want to try to make every episode a franchise-based episode. I want some of them to be specifically about a content of something, like Doom franchise. The only reason like this entire franchise had its own episode was I didn't have enough experience or information on the series, or I'm not playing most of the games. Played very little of the original, very little of Doom Eternal, and then just beat Doom 2016 like a few times. So yeah, that's all I could really actually talk about Doom. I'm afraid I'll rant on because I'm pretty sure the recording anyways is much longer than Welcome to Raccoon City, and I hate editing non-files. If it's a gaming video, I don't mind as much, but when it's just audio, it is, and especially like background footage. I'm gonna have to get background footage of that same length of recording. So yeah, all right. I hope you guys actually have a good day. I'm really happy if you made it here. If you are still here, and I would really like it if you spread this around. It really is, again, oh god, I should repeat because I'm just ranting on. This is more just like a timestamp of the year. I want to see what I was thinking about and what I was in that year, but I want to do it. Might as well make it public. It's like, I don't mind. Who cares? I would like to do that. That sounds pretty cool. Took a sip of something at the very end of the recording. just let me do it, okay? I'm gonna have to do that so much when I talk about Life as a Table. Which, by the way, if you didn't know, I definitely didn't say it 2 or 3 times in this episode. Next episode, episode 3 of MTAO, I will attempt to explain Life is a Table, and at least what's current. Because if you don't know, if you aren't Buck, if you don't know, but if you know about Life is a Table, but if you don't know, like 4. There's like, I don't know how many's planned. I just know 4 is gonna come out eventually at some point or another. 5 is already planned. I'm actually some extras in that one. I'm like 2. I should be 2. I won't talk about it more because I'm extras anyway. So like, what else can I talk about? But like, even as an extra, I'm like so happy. I'm so like proud to be in Life as a Table, even as a but yeah, you prepared for that episode. But yeah, I don't actually know how many's planned in the future. I just know 4 should be coming out and 5 is, but I would think there's probably gonna be a lot, and there's a lot of like specials too. There's a lot before. When I first got into Life as a Table, I don't think any was uploaded since I got into Life as a Table. I'm a late viewer, by the way. Probably like, oh god, I don't even know. I just know, I think season 3 would have been out by then. So no, at one point or another, I've been a fan since sometime after season 3 was a thing. Or season 3, Life is a Table 3. That's basically what you can think of. Actually, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to talk about this in the next episode, which is probably going to be the longest episode in MTAO so far, depending on what I talk about. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening to me rant. Thank you for listening to me rant about being a little bacho to Doom Eternal. I'm sorry about that, but okay. I'm going to stop. I'm going to go. Alright, have a good day. Alright. It's a fucking rant, man. I just keep talking. And just talking.